Hello one and all, and welcome back to another investigation of the improbable. Today's subject is virgin birth. The unoriginal claim that our Lord must have been born of a virgin and was born of a virgin, and that even if this was somehow true, that would still prove God existed. If even for a moment we patronise and pander to the ridiculous idea of a virgin birth, that you hadn't discovered some sort of other scientific method of giving birth, it must have been God. Once again, running on the God of the gaps. Straight for the first answer, because as always with religious people, if you can't explain something, it must be this. It can't be this, or this. It's that one thing. Any explanation that needs discovery, it requires knuckling down and hard work, not casting aside one's logical thought process and accepting the first set of answers you hear, which don't make any sense in comparison with the second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. Like so many parts of the Bible, or the Quran, they were blatantly copied from other sources, so to suggest God did this, he'd certainly be sending out a lot of conflicting messages. So let's arm you with a few examples of where these Palestinian fiction writers got their ideas. So in Egyptian mythology, the gods were born of virgins. In Judaism, Isaac, Emmanuel, a few other historical figures, a bloke who I can barely pronounce, called Melchizedek, or something like that, all born a virgin. In Greco-Roman times and Hellenistic mythology, the gods, Mithra and Mithras, mythological heroes, historical figures, all born of virgins. From Hinduism to Buddhism to China, where the abandoned one, or Laozi, or Bioji, good old Christianity, coming up the rear with Mary and Jesus. People don't talk about the fact that Jesus had brothers. I'm pretty sure there was about 4, so unless Mary was 4 times a virgin at birth, I'm suspicious there may be some sort of lie going on here. Or was her husband Joseph that easy to manipulate? God, you wouldn't believe this. I was out building stuff with wood all day, and I come home, and God's only impregnated my wife, isn't he? No word of a lie. I spoke to her, and she told me it was God. Well, what do you say? When God impregnates your wife. Just got to take it on the chin, haven't you? The Jesus in Islam, Muhammad, Kabir, in Aztec mythology, Mongolian mythology, Japanese mythology, Native American mythology, and other mythologies which I could never pronounce, have all claimed this so-called miracle. But it's funny how it happened back then, and we haven't seen any of it happening today. We were up to the hilt with virgin births in the past. We've certainly had a slump in the ears of science. Not sure why that is. And if I take a sample, a test tube baby, and we inject it into a virgin, is she now going to give birth to the Son of God because she hasn't had sex but she's impregnated? Is that the logic that you're going by? That it must be a miracle because it's happening. So I think tomorrow I'll whip down to Whipps Cross Hospital and muster myself up a Messiah, sneak into the semen bank and inject up some virgin, and hey presto, we got a brand new religion. I'll call it crazyism or suicidology. In fact, the autobiography of Jesus as we know it was incredibly similar to many messiahs and so-called gods before him, almost word for word in some cases. And if I was mustering a religion to control the masses, I'd certainly look at good examples in which to help strengthen my case and fine-tune my fabricating. Next time you hear that said that Jesus was born of a virgin, challenge them and ask them what, if it was true, makes that any more special than any of the cases that came before them, which would, by their theory and ideology, would justify previous cases over their recent ones. After all, did God take this long to intervene? Challenge everything. This is Mr. Heretic at Revelation Be Damned. Think for yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you.